Hey everyone, and welcome back to Tech Beyond the Specs. And in today's video we're going to be again looking at the MSI Claw A8 and the MSI Claw 8AI. Previously we looked at some differences between the two, again just a general overview, general look at the devices, and today I'm going to be turning them on. We're going to be looking at some other differences between them. I have made some changes to them so that you can tell them apart if you're still unsure. So the ones with the red thumbsticks, the one with the red thumbsticks is the MSI Claw A8, so the AMD one, so red goes with AMD, and the one above is the MSI Claw 8AI, and that is the Intel version. So I'm going to go ahead and turn them on. Now I will need a moment to log in, so I'm going to turn on the A8 first. You can see that's what it looks like, and let's go ahead and sign in. It's quite a fast sign in because there is fingerprint login, so it's quite fast. So this is MSI Claw A8, and you can see there that I have embedded controller on, so there is the LED lights. I've also coded this more orangey red color for AMD. Now let's turn on the MSI Claw 8AI. Okay, just going to sign in again. And I'll just make sure the volume is down right now. Okay, perfect. So there we go. This is the MSI Claw 8AI. Now you can see that I'm using live wallpaper for both, two different ones. So this is the wallpaper engine that you can get. I have it on Steam and I really like having that customization. Now LEDs aren't on in that because I turned them off briefly, so let me turn them back on. So these ones are blue. You can't really see the lights from this kind of the way it's coded, but they are on here. And yeah, so that's just to start us off so that you can tell the difference between the MSI Claw A8 here and the MSI Claw 8AI. So yeah, I'm gonna bring them up closer just so you can get a little bit more of how they look. Just focus cancel here. There we go. So you can see a little bit more detail. And I have screen protector on both of these models. And as I said before, the buttons are a little bit more clacky on the Claw A8 in comparison to the 8AI. And I'll just show you up here. You can see the ports. Perfect. And the back, just to kind of get an indication. And the MSI 8AI. You can see here. Let me know which one you think looks nicer based on just this initial video. On the back, looks like this. Okay. So as we said before, this channel is not about the specs. This is about, you know, just real use and how it feels, how it looks. As I mentioned before, I do find the Claw 8 more comfortable because of these more substantial grips here at the back. It just gives you something to kind of cling on to. It's not as heavy. So overall, you know, I do find, and also the buttons, you know, just naturally works with the hand more. So there's that. and it feels nice in the hand overall, but the button placement is more of a stretch. You know, the Claw 8, you're kind of going here to here, and on the Claw 8i you're stretching upwards, and it feels a little bit more stressful on the hand after a while of using. It doesn't feel as comfortable to hold, doesn't feel as comfortable to use. But these are things you can kind of obviously get over and work around. It just depends on kind of what you're looking for, I suppose. So another difference obviously is the software. So if we have a look here, the MSI 8AI has Intel graphics software. So I'll open this up for you now and you can have a little look. The Intel graphics software looks like this. It's a little bit more bare bones. And they have updated this, I don't know if it was recently, but they have give you more options. So you can kind of customize more graphics. You can change the shared GPU amount, so you can actually go on there and change how much dedicated VRAM you'd like to put onto the GPU. It takes it from the RAM, so the 32 gigabytes of RAM that comes with this model. And yeah, so that's something that you can do. You can also put on some tweaks like low latency mode, FPS limiter, yeah, so that's different things that's available on the Intel. And on the AMD one, you have the Radeon software. Now this is just the exact same Radeon software that you get as well from AMD graphics cards. So if you're familiar with AMD graphics cards, then it's going to be very familiar to you on kind of what it looks like. They do limit some options on this, so you can't just download you know, the latest driver from here directly. You have to go through the you have to go through the official kind of channels to get that working. But yeah, you can see here that I'm running on the latest driver currently, which is 25.10.30. This is the Adrenaline software, so you have the Home tab, you have Gaming tab, Performance tab. In the Gaming tab, you can tweak the games that you've got, you can change the graphics, so you can do similar things that you can on the Intel version, but this gives you a little bit more options. So you can turn on super resolution, you can see there, super resolution. And you can also do other things like the AMD Fluid Motion Frames, anti-lag, which is similar to the Intel Xe Boost one. Yeah, so a lot of different options that you can play around with. You can always look online to see what's the best options, what would be the good ones to try. Again, overall, this gives you a lot more room for customizing and using different settings, things like that. Yeah, so that is the AMD Radeon software. If you're curious how I'm navigating with the controls, I do use this application called Controller Companion, and this allows me to use basically control the mouse of the PC with the thumbstick. It's really handy. I use it with all my handheld PCs and definitely recommend it. It just really helps you navigate and kind of control the PC. Which, you know, Windows is obviously not the most friendliest thing for this, but having these little options to make everything more better and efficient for yourself is a win in my book, so I definitely recommend Controller Companion. So this is, again, just a small look at both devices turned on, and we are going to look at other things. We're going to do a sound comparison test, we're going to do some gameplay, we're going to compare FPS, things like that, how it runs, how loud is the fans, how quiet is it. So yeah, stay tuned for more videos. Hope that you enjoyed this. I have upgraded the camera, which you can probably see from my first video. Hopefully it's a little bit better. I'm still working on the quality, on the focus, on, you know, making sure that it stays you know, as high as quality as I can. So yeah, let me know if you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. It would be great to get some feedback. As I said, I'm trying to grow this channel now from the beginning. I am someone who's been with handheld PCs, handhelds in general, and technology in general, you know, for a long time, and decided to make my own contribution and my own kind of thoughts and my own opinions on things that I've used. Again, this is more of an enthusiast channel, so it's not an expert review or anything like that. This is really just a daily user, what it's like using these devices, how I feel using them, and I can give my own personal recommendations, of course, but at the end of the day, you know, searching these videos, you're looking at these devices to try and make that decision yourself. So hopefully some of the tips that I give you and some of the things that I share throughout my videos will give you some, some information that you can make your own informed decision on what you kind of think is the best option for you. There's no right or wrong answer in my opinion. I think everyone has valid points. Someone actually left a comment recently on my first video that, the A8, they went with that one because it has the 2280 NVMe drive. So that's actually a really, really good point, and something that I wanted to mention, that the 2280 is more common. You can get them for cheaper, and they also come in larger sizes, so you can get 4TB and 8TB NVMe drives if you really want to go that far, while the MSI Claw 8AI does not have 2280 NVMe drives. They use the 22, I think it's 2240 or 2232. I'm not actually too sure, I need to double check that, but yeah, it's not as common, and those drives are more expensive. And I think the maximum size you can get is 2TB. I'm not 100% sure. We can obviously double check that. So yeah, that's my first overlook with the devices on. You may hear the fan, and that's actually the MSI Claw A8, I think, making that sound. If you can hear it. While the 8AI is completely silent, like super silent. That's one reason why I really, really like this device. And if you're not bothered by fan sounds or anything like that, then it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I definitely, this one is a lot more quieter. Another thing you may have noticed, the screen that I'm using right now, well, the screen that comes with the device obviously, but I've tweaked it so the saturation is a little bit higher, so you may see, you may be wondering if yours doesn't look as saturated. And again, I'm happy to go over those settings that I put it on. I can do another video like that as well to show you how I customize the device, and that will be another video in the future. But yeah, and there's also a great video that I have incoming very soon, which is going to be about the audio. So I have tweaked both of these devices to have the best audio possible based on my own hearing, based on my own preferences and what I like in a handheld. So I like a little bit more bass when possible. I don't like it to sound too tinny, and particularly for this one here, the Claw A8, it does have a little bit more tinny sound, not as strong bass, because the speakers in the A8i is better overall, in my opinion. And I think it's kind of a agreed upon fact in the handheld community that most people think that the 8AI's speakers are better, but again, a lot of things can come down to personal preference and taste, so I'm not going to diss one or the other, but I do think that the ones inside the 8AI are higher quality. They have more bass, so yeah, that's why I personally think that they are the better ones, and also you can compare them yourselves once we do the sound test. So again, thank you so much for watching the video. As I mentioned before, it would be so great if you would subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. What did you like about the video? What do you think was missing? How do you find the audio quality, the video quality? Just let me know. Again, hopefully we'll improve as we go forward, as we create more videos, create more content. And yeah, thanks so much for joining. Wish you a great rest of the day ahead, and see you in the next video.